Hey, hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, you beautiful souls, wherever you are. Um, you have stepped into Lilith Lips, a soft, sacred space where stories become spells and shadows learn to dance in the light. My name is Leah. Hi, nice to meet you. Here I hold room for storytelling, for reflections that untangle the heart, and for the healing, or should I say the type of healing, that moves slow but lasts. This is not a place of noise or chase. I'll never DM you. I'll never reach out to you first. But if you do feel called to walk deeper with me, to join the soft circle, to book a sacred voice session with me, or just to find these lives on replay, you can find all of those doorways in my link in my bio. So just breathe. All right, bring all of you here. You don't need to perform. This is a soft pause in a world that has forgotten to listen. Here where softness roars. That sounds cliche, but it's Friday. It's Venus Day, the day we honor beauty. We savor love in all its forms. We choose pleasure without apology, and we remember that we are worthy of sweetness. Right? This venue is and this virtue, brings us to why I'm here on this glorious Venus Day. I've been silent for a while. That's because I've been unwell. I caught an infection in my tooth that turned into a bit of a throat infection, so I lost my voice. And in that silence, that forced silence, I had to, love myself a little bit better. So I sat with the dragons and the fairies in a meeting between fairy tales and dreams. And I confronted all the things that made me feel less than love. And in true storytelling ways, I took that and I turned it and I spinned it into a story. I'd like to share that story with you, if that's okay. Right? Admittedly, I have a crush, an online crush, like so many other women, right? Oh, so many of us. And that is the greatest catalyst you can have in a story, because we love those stories about a hero saving a damsel, right? So I wrote my insecurity as this big bad villain. And I wrote myself, this current me who feels all of these old scars but yearns for something different, as the damsel. And I wrote the person that I admire, aspire to be, to have as my Prince Charming, right? As an embodiment of everything I am building myself to become. And in doing that, in putting all of these insecurities, my present self and my future selves in this role, I wrote this little scene, right? So here it is. The venue is alive. Music humming through the walls, a low amber glow bathed the room. People are laughing and talking all around me, but it all fades when I stand in front of him, in front of Kevin. I step closer, face to face, lift my eyes to his. My gaze holds him, soft but teasing, as I take his hand and I guide them gently to my hips. Just let the music talk, I say, while I sway. I roll my shoulders slowly and I watch him follow. Every move of his body syncs with mine, as if he's always known how to move like this. The beat thickens, the space between us narrowing until there's nothing left between us. I tilt my head, still holding his gaze, and I whisper to him, "This feels really good. I like moving with you like this. I hope it feels just as good for you as it does for me too." For a moment, the world just stops. His eyes soften, and there's this hunger there too. And I feel it. The way his hands settle more firmly behind me, how he leans in without breaking eye contact. Just the two of us. Until, "Hello!" Sorry for screaming, but there's a voice from behind. Harsh. It pulls me out of this trance. My body tenses instinctively, a sharp flinch, and Kevin notices it instantly. I turn my head, and there he is, an old, unwanted face from the past. He steps closer, smirking. "You should be mindful of how you dance so close with strangers," he says, his voice dripping with bitterness. "You're looking a little bit too easy there." Old instincts rise within me, the urge to pull away, to fawn, to make myself smaller so he doesn't escalate any further. But Kevin feels it. His arms tighten around my waist, anchoring me. I feel him draw me in closer, not threatening, just unshakable. His voice is calm. His voice is deep and clear as he looks straight at the man. "Hey, I'd appreciate it if you didn't speak to my lady in that manner." The words hung heavy, cutting through the noise around me. This old face, he faters for a minute, surprised. But I'm glad. For once, I don't have to explain, justify, or smooth things over. And Kevin, well, he doesn't let me step away. But the man, he mutters something under his breath and smirks, trying to push back. "Relax, dude. I've known Elo from way, way back. She knows. Besides, she can be a bit naive when it comes to some people. I'm just looking after her, right? Since she's always seems to get herself into unfortunate situations." The implication stung. It did. My old instincts, they screamed for me to still pull away, to still fawn, to still smooth over before things got worse. That's when Kevin pulled me even closer, almost shielding me behind him. I felt the strength of his stance. As he met the other man's gaze without flinching, he says, "I appreciate the concern." Steady as stone, Kevin continues with, "Well, she has me now, so you don't have to worry about anything anymore. I've got her." The air went still. The man blinks. He's thrown off by Kevin's certainty, before muttering something again and backing away into the crowd. I'm stunned. Kevin's arm stays tight around me. He still doesn't let me step away. His forehead lowers slightly, touching mine as the music fills the silence again. "You okay?" he mutters softly. And in that moment, at the edge of my vision, a light orb swipes across my left eye, as if sealing the moment with a blessing. For the first time, I didn't shrink. I was held, and I stayed. I looked deeper at Kevin. His eyes never left mine. "You okay?" he asked again, hand still firmly at my back. I nodded, feeling a rush of safety and of something deeper. And understanding this time, I stayed. See, it's an amazing feeling to feel protected, right? But what about Kevin's perspective? How did he feel about that moment, right? Because I knew for me, as the damsel, it was a knight in shining armor. So let's hear Kevin's perspective, shall we? How he felt. She doesn't even realize how magnetic she is when she moves like this. When she locks eyes with me, it was over. Everything in me wanted to match her, to keep up, to make her proud that she chose me to be this close to. When she whispered, "This feels really good. I like moving with you like this. I hope it feels just as good for you too as it does for me." Something inside me just clicked. No one has ever said something so open, so simple, and it made me feel so intimate. I wanted to tell her yes. God, yes. It felt even better for me. But I couldn't speak. I just wanted to hold that gaze. Then I heard that voice, and I felt her whole body tense in my arms, like someone had pulled a string way too tight. I don't know who he is, but I know what it feels like to watch someone you care about shrink. Not tonight, not in my arms. So I held her tighter. I let him know, calm, clear, no need to raise my voice, that she's safe with me, that she's not alone this time. I wasn't going to let him take that light out of her eyes. And when she looked back at me afterwards, I saw it, the relief, the trust, and a softness that made me never want to let go again. Writing this, writing this was a breath of fresh air I didn't realize I needed. Sometimes changing your story is as simple as understanding what it meant to be a hero. And this, for me, this was a victory within myself, within my inner worlds, of knowing that I'm breaking out of old habits. I'm no longer shrinking and saying, "Oh no, it's no longer survival mode." I am stepping into a story of thriving. And that thriving wants me back to. And you'd be very surprised when you sit with yourself like this. When you reimagine yourself as someone who inspires you to be, right? But that's still you, that's your essence. As well as the current you, you're holding space for all. What was I saying? Oh yes, reimagining yourself as both the hero, but still holding space to be the current damsel who is, and also the villain. It's making space to be the villain too, where you can embody all those insecurities as a face of the past. And they may still invoke those feelings, and it's valid. It's valid to want to be scared. It's valid to want to respond back in old programs. But like the damsel was held and reassured by that new presence, that heroic version of yourself, you don't have to do it anymore. And that's okay. And with that, I say thank you. I appreciate you. If today's story, reflection stirred something in you, let it keep echoing long after I've closed this space. I'm grateful for you showing up for yourself here, but also for me. And if you want to walk deeper into this work with me, like I said, the soft circle, the sacred voice sessions, the rewatching of these lives, all of those doorways are waiting for you in my bio. Yeah. So with saying that, I guess all that's left to say is bye.